Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for watching my video and do all that good YouTube stuff. Share it, like it, hit the notification bell, thumbs up, subscribe, all the things that you do. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video and saving some money perhaps. I also invite you to check out the links in the description for some long-term savings with the stock market and checking out the links for either E-Trade or M1 where you can save and trade fractional stocks, or Webull, which is usually giving away a couple free stocks for just depositing $100. So I strongly invite you to invest in your future and check them out. Thanks, and let's get to the video. All right, 2012 Chevrolet Traverse power steering pressure hose. We'll start at the power steering rack. There's a 10mm bolt with a bracket holding it in place. You get this, and you get the bracket. You don't get the bolt, and this goes down here. Then there's a bracket down here. Then up there to that bracket right there, you can see I replaced the little rubber because that was oily and breaking apart. Ooh. There's a second bracket underneath that larger pipe on the right. I think this job actually calls for removing the catalytic converter. I did not have to. Maybe I was just blessed with an easy line, but it's up here. Right there. I was able to get it with my hand. I was just reached up here. Well, of course, when I broke it loose. 15mm wrench. Ugh. 16, I believe. Yep. Once I broke it loose, half a turn, I was able to turn it out with my hand. Everything is left to loosen, right to tighten. So this is going back in. So that's the trickiest part, but I was able to get it in and out with my hand after I loosened it, of course, turned it out. So, and then there's a 10mm bolt that you have to get from up top probably for that bracket up here. I'll just go up there and show you, but that's everything I think down here. Of course, I'm blessed with a hoist, so you need to get up in the air so you can actually get to it. So I'm going to tighten all this stuff up and head up to the top. 2012 Chevrolet Traverse power steering pressure hose leaking. Process of transferring over these brackets, kind of a pain in the butt. You bend these tabs, the screwdriver, pliers, vice grip, probably use the channel locks. Got this one off already. The tabs are on the side here, so I'm just going to bend this back into place and bend the tabs over for this bracket over by the power steering pump attachment. And that hangs over the edge where the 10mm bolt goes in for the next to the serpentine belt area. And the other bracket is up by the on a stud with a 10mm nut up on the valve cover area. I'm just transferring these over, and then we'll install this 10mm bolt holding this in place. Got a new probably Teflon seal and a O-ring, and then a new O-ring on this one as well. So we're up on top. I don't know how well you can be able to see the bracket, but it's back here. This is what I used, a ratchet wrench, 10mm. You can kind of see where it was sticking out. So you got to take the cap off here, Dexo's cap. You gotta take that off. And to remove that, oh yeah, also on the bracket back there, there was this. I ended up breaking this plastic off. tied it to another line. So there's a bracket back there with a plastic zip tie on there. Had to take off. No other way to get to it. 4 little plungers, or 3, right there, there. And of course the oil filler cap goes there. Put it on so nothing drops in. Probably using ATF in this. Alright, so I'm going to put that 10mm bolt back in. Got to do it by feel pretty much, and then we'll put some fluid in. So here's my tools, 16mm. Used a mirror kind of sort of so I could see what I was doing here with that stupid bracket. Kind of handy to line up the hole. And then I used 10mm 1/4 inch. Used a gun, a 10mm swivel, extension. Those are all the tools I ended up using underneath here, so not too many. So putting this together, I ended up using a 16mm stubby wrench to get in there and tighten it up. Because that larger pipe is pretty close. If you got a grinder too, you might be able to grind some of the edges on your wrench, and just a little bit to make it easier to access that tight spot where that big pipe is next to it. But I didn't have to, but I wouldn't be afraid to grind it to make it a little easier to get the job done without taking the converter out. You can see there's a minimum and a maximum on this. Not a very big difference there. So added about 1/2 quart of Dexron 6. So can't quite get it on the camera there the second time. It's in there though. So, and I used a vacuum device to suck the air out of here to help fill it faster, but you're gonna get some whining probably. You want to probably jack up the vehicle so both front wheels are off the ground. Probably fill it to the full mark, and then turn the steering wheel back and forth about 10 times from stop to stop, and then check your fluid level, and then do it again maybe another 10 times. It'll purge some of the air out of there hopefully for you. And go ahead and verify it's at probably the minimum mark, and then start it up and run it and see how she sounds, and check for leaks. You need to give her a little drive, and then verify your fluid level after a little test drive. So that is kind of an overview how to replace your bar stream pump on your 2012 and other model years Chevrolet Traverse. Good luck to you.